The semester ends when the teachers go crazy, and the vacation ends when the parents go crazy.
It's always the simplest things that take longest to find.
Saying that real men don't enforce masculinity on other people is a paradox.
When a raindrop falls on us, it's actually sniping us from over 3,000 m above.
In vehicles, 5 seatbelts seems to be the most economical. More than 5 costs extra. Less than 5 costs extra.
Anime has single-handedly filled the whole Asian countries with Japanese culture without ever stepping a single foot onto them like they did before.
The solar eclipse was highly publicized, but kinda boring. The solar storm lights were barely publicized, but way more exciting.
It's impossible to know everything because the human brain has a max capacity of 2.5 petabytes, not infinite.
People care about character growth in stories, but don't care about average people failing or succeeding.
There are colors we see every day that people a few hundred years ago never saw in their entire life.
A good marriage isn't about common interests, but rather common values.
Adult maturity can be quantified by how far into the future we consider the consequences of our actions. For example, a child might only think 30 seconds ahead.
Your reflection is actually a window to the past because the speed of light is not instantaneous.
Even if you're not superstitious, it's a good idea not to walk under a ladder, for safety reasons.
Eating cold food burns more calories because the cold draws energy from your body and forces it to compensate for lost heat.
Humans are the final layer after eating a turducken.
You don't need to be the sharpest tool in the shed when you are a hammer.
There's no such thing as an endless supply.
Tea sets and tea cozies are artifacts of a lost human ritual.
Now for a quick break. Stay tuned for more shower thoughts. Spending 2 hours at the DMV takes much longer than spending 2 hours watching a movie.
You never see a British food restaurant.
Being an alcoholic is accepted if you're from certain countries.
Bad parking looks trashier the more expensive the vehicle is.
Given how often people lose their wallets, keys, phones, etc., it's surprising that wizards in the Harry Potter universe don't lose their wands every 5 minutes.
Most animals have never burned the inside of their mouth. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more mind-bending shower thoughts. Goodbye for now. If you like the soothing background music and my calming voice, then check out my other podcast called Terra Vitae, a daily guided meditation podcast. Embark on tranquil journeys through diverse natural landscapes, exploring the serenity and healing power of the natural world. Search for daily guided meditation and look for Terra Vitae, or check the show notes page for the link. This podcast was produced by Klassic Studios. Please see the show notes page for source credits.